Hello! I just finished filming a massive talking head video and I was about to break this whole set down that you're looking at right now, and I was going to take my makeup off, and suddenly I had an epiphany and I thought, wait, what a waste. This actually looks really great. I like this setup, so let's talk about it. Let me just show you what I did to achieve this setup, because what I'm noticing as I have this setup, this brand new setup that I'm using right now, is it's getting me excited again and it's giving me new ideas. So maybe watching this video, you'll get some ideas for your setup as well. Don't be afraid to change it up a little bit, because honestly, it'll give you a lot more creative energy that we all could use sometime. So without further ado, welcome to another lighting video, and we're gonna start by turning off all the lights in 3, 2, 1. And when I say turning off all the lights, I mean everything except for the key light and the screen behind me, because honestly, I cannot be bothered to turn it off and walk all the way there, so we're just ignore that. Here's my key light. This is the light that you will use to light yourself, as you can see. For my key light, I'm using the Aperture 120D Mark II. I am married to this light. Like, I love this light so much, but one, it's expensive, and two, it's discontinued. So even if I wanted to recommend you this light, I cannot anymore. So some great alternatives would be the Emerald 100DS that I've talked about before in videos, or the Emerald 200D. Those are both great options to use as your key light, because those are both daylight lights, as this one is. Now, as you can see, the lighting on my face, it's quite soft, and that is because I'm using a softbox, and I would highly recommend anyone to use a softbox if you are lighting yourself, because it is also just really annoying to look at a very bright light the whole time when you're filming yourself, and it just doesn't look as flattering. So the softbox that I have attached to the 120D Mark II is the Aperture Light Dome SE. Why am I using this light dome? Because I got it years ago, I put it on the 120D, and that is it. And I love it. It does the job for me. It is big enough for me to get like this nice soft light that I like, and it has a grid, which means that the light is more directional and it's not spilling too much into the background. Now, other great softboxes that I've used before that I would recommend you to use as well are the Emerald Mini SE or the Aperture Mini 3. All of the products that I will mention in this video will, as always, be in the description if you want to check any of them out. I personally like dark and moody setups, but I think we can all agree that this is a little bit too dark for our taste. So the next step would be to add a fill light. And the fill light that I added was the Emerald 150C. Now, I chose the 150C specifically because, as you can see, I have added a little bit of blue. I have set it to blue. I can tell you exactly what blue because I'm using the Emerald app. This video is not sponsored, but I love Emerald products. The hue is set to 197, saturation 100%, and the intensity to 3, because I don't want it to light up the whole space. I just want it to light up a little bit. Just fill it up a little bit more, add a little bit of color, in this case blue, because it matches with the photo that I have in the backdrop. I've got my key light that is lighting me beautifully. I've got my fill light that is adding a pop of color in the background and just lighting it up just a little bit. And the next step was for me to add a hair light, because right now I feel like there's not enough separation between me and the background. And the best way to do that is by adding a hair light, a rim light, a backlight, I don't care what you call it, just put a light behind you. This is what that looks like, and this is with it turned off, turned on, turned off, and turned on. The light that I used for this is the brand new Emerald Ace 25C that I made a video about earlier, so I will link that in the description and in the cards if you want to check out everything it can do. It is literally a mini light that is this big, that has a massive battery, so it will last you hours, so you can just put it on the closet and forget about it. You can use the Emerald app, which is the app that I use for all of my lights except for my Aperture light because it's not Emerald, and you can just easily turn it on and off. And like I said, it will last a while. And I put it on the closet on a little tripod, and it's good to go and separating me from the background. It is super useful. It's so small. It's battery powered. Highly recommended over getting a bigger light to light yourself from the backdrop. It's late. It's almost 9 p.m. So apologies for... Right. I had this build out, I was pretty happy with it, but like I said, I wanted to add a few more pops, which is why I added my monitor right there and I moved it to the side, so it's like nice on the side, adding a pop of color, making the background a bit more interesting. But I've got these cabinets right here, and if you've watched any of my other videos, that normally is the background of my videos. So what I just did, let me go to my Google Home, because this is actually a Philips strip right there. I turned that on and I made it white because I want all of this to feel like one thing, and I didn't really want to add too much color except for the little pops of blue in my scene. I would personally remove these two things, which is, it's a lens and my headphone with my headphone stand. I would personally remove them, but again, I cannot be bothered, so we're keeping it in there. Oh, this video. The next thing that I added, because I still feel like this setup is a little bit dark, I like it, but a little bit, I want to use like I want to add like one more pop, and that is the Amaran T2C that I always have right here. Oh my God. I have it right there. And then the last light that I added, because we're not quite done yet, is because I'm working with I'm working with a fancy setup here, right? I have two cameras. The B camera is not rolling right now, but when the B camera was rolling, I found the shadows in my face way too dark, and I wanted to lift the shadows a little bit on this side. Now I'm right next to a wall, so I didn't really have any space to put like a proper big studio light right there. So what I did instead is I just put the Amaran PT2C down, and that is now lighting up this side of my face, as you can see. On, off, on. It's genuinely details like that that will make your video look so much better. Now, in this case, I don't think we would need that for this talking head video, but if you're using multiple cameras, or maybe you do prefer this, give yourself a little bit of time, look at your screen, look at what you're working with. Is there anything that you like? Like I said, I would totally remove this from the background if I could do it all over again, but you know, you live and learn. And that's how we got the final look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions. All the products are linked in the description if you want to check out any of the products. Like I said, I've talked about Amaran a bunch on my channel, so I will also link some videos if you want to learn more about certain products, like the Ace 25C, because I highly recommend anyone to have a light like that. And again, I'm not saying that because I have been sponsored. I'm saying that because I have literally used this light for so many reasons now. Really, really high quality. And I'm gonna stop talking. It's 9 p.m. I am going to have dinner now. Bye, subscribe.